Hello everybody, my name is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolboxes, and today I'm setting up this video to go over some ideas that you probably run across all the time in lessons, and I remember they were just super confusing for me and trying to keep these ideas straight. Ideas like major keys, minor keys, blues keys, major scales, minor scales, Roman numeral chord progressions, Roman numerals for chords like 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord in every key, and major pentatonic scales, minor pentatonic scales, flat 5 notes. I just remember it feeling like a foreign language, and so what I did is I ended up setting up some books for a whole bunch of different instruments to be able to help me visualize all those ideas, because I wanted to be able to see how these all these ideas apply in each of the different keys, because someone showed me something cool in one key and then I had no power to see it in any different key or on any different instrument. But I've come up with a way that you can do that, and I want to show you how it works today. Okay, this is my Fretboard Toolbox Complete Guitar Edition, and I want to show you today how to answer or see some of these big picture ideas that are commonly referenced in lessons. So stuff that I would hear all the time and still hear all the time in lessons, and then show you how to be able to visualize them in every key. So I'm not trying to teach ideas in these lessons, but just show you how to see them. And I've got lots of other videos to show you how to use them, and if once you see how they work, you can use them with all kinds of other people's lessons, which is what I do, because there's a whole lot better players out there than me. But I'm learning probably just like you are. So anyways, the first idea is for each of the major and relative minor keys, we want to be able to see what are the chords and Roman numerals in both keys, major and minor key chord progressions, major and natural minor scale notes, major and minor pentatonic scales, and then how to build each chord. So I've got a Fretboard Toolbox page for each of the instruments, and if you look in this first column here, major key, this is all the different major keys. And then these are called relative minor keys. So E minor is the relative minor of G major, and all the major and relative minor keys are on the the odd numbered pages, and then the blues pages are all the even numbered pages. So we're going to look today at the G major E minor page on page 9, and then the G blues page on page 10, and try to see the answer to those questions I just showed you as quick as I can show you. So if we take a look at the G major E minor page, the first question is, or idea is, what are the chords and Roman numerals in both keys? So both these keys use the exact same chords, G major, A minor, B minor, etc. But in the key of G major, it's all centered around the G chord, and you've got these Roman numerals in bold for the major key. So in the key of G major is my 1 chord, A minor is my 2, B minor is my 3, C major is 4, D major is 5, E minor is 6, F major is called a flat 7, and then G major is back to my 1. But in the key of E minor, it's those same chords, but my 1 chord is going to be an E minor. So minor keys are going to center around minor chords, like the key of E minor will center around an E minor chord. And then all those same chords are going to sound good in the key of E minor. They just get different Roman numerals. And the reason to learn those Roman numerals is if I want to play some G major chord progressions, I'm going to use the bold Roman numerals. So G major is my 1 chord, D major is my 5, so here's a 1, D major is a 5, back to G major is a 1. So I'm starting to think of chords in terms of Roman numerals, or a 1, 4, 5 in G major is G, C, D, G. So I got a whole bunch of chord progressions you can try in here, and I'll have more videos that show how those work. And then I've got a bunch of minor chord progressions that use these Roman numerals. So a 1, 5, 1 in the key of E minor could be E minor, B minor, E minor. And see how it has kind of a sadder sound? The weird thing about minors is that 5 chord can be a minor chord or it can be a major chord. So I can also play a 1, 5, 1 playing E major, B major. Let's do a B7, E minor, B7, E minor. So both of those work, and then I can listen to a bunch of different progressions in E minor and start hearing different ways that you can arrange these kind of chords. You'll notice some are italicized. Anything italicized in my books means it's outside of the key. So you'll want to pay close attention to those because you can see you can play major 2 chords, major 3 chords, minor 4 chords, and you can break these chord rules and get all kinds of good sounds. Then to be able to see major or natural minor scales, those are all in white boxes on my books here. So the G major scale is built out of the notes G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. If you want to know how chords are built, like with steps, this is the whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step that you may have been familiar with. And then what I've got is I've got these standard fretboard jigs that show for the key of G major, all the white box notes are my G major notes. And so if I play that G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, that was G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, then I can see those notes all over the fretboard. And I can also see that the same white box notes as the E minor notes. So instead of starting on G, I would start on the E and make that my root. So that'd be E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, E, F sharp, G, A, G, F sharp, E. So I can run through the minor scales too. So these are my major roots, these are my minor roots for the major scales. And then you'll also run across pentatonic scales a lot. So on my books, those are underlined. So the G major scale notes, that are the major pentatonic notes, are in the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 columns. And the cool thing about that is that the G major pentatonic notes are the exact same as the E minor pentatonic notes. So my G major pentatonic scale would be like G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B, D, E, G. That looks like this. So I can run through my major pentatonic or my minor pentatonic notes real easy just by looking at the underlined notes. So the last idea is how to build each chord. Last idea for major, relative, minor keys. And to do that, this is what's super unique about fretboard toolboxes, is that I show you how to build each chord. So major chords are all built out of notes in the 1, 3, 5 columns, and I've got lots of videos that show how to do this, but suffice it to say for right now, G major chords, you're only going to be using combinations of the notes G, B, and D. For notes like 7 chords, like dominant 7 chords, a D7, I'd use that 1, 3, 5 column, so D, F sharp, A for a D7, but then you got to add a flat 7 note, so that's a C. Minor chords are built out of 1 flat 3, 5 notes, so all A minor chords on every instrument is just built out of the notes A, C, and E. And that about shows it. So what I can do is when I can see all these notes down here, then if I want to build a G major, I just need to find places where I'm only playing G, B, and D notes. And so I can find chords all up and down the fretboard super quick. Then the second idea is blues scales, and what I was so excited about with this latest edition of my books is that I put the major, like a G major page and then the G blues page right next to each other. And so in blues scales there's going to be several ideas you run across all the time too, like what chords and Roman numerals do you play in blues keys? So I can see my 1, 4, 5 chords are G major, C major, D major. Then I can see some progressions that are G blues kind of progressions. And then I can also see that like a B flat major chord or a F major chord is going to sound good in this key too. So if I wanted to play like G, B flat, C, let's say, that would look like this. G, B flat major, C major, G. And listen to the sound of the flat 7, the F major. G, F major. So these kind of progressions are a real blast to play because they've got some real bluesy kind of blues rock kind of sounds. In blues keys, I also want to be able to see what's my minor pentatonic notes. And the minor pentatonic scale is for G minor pentatonic is G, B flat, C, D, F. And those notes are in white boxes. So if I want to see how do I play G minor pentatonic, any of these notes in white boxes are going to give me a kind of bluesy sound. So here's G, B flat, C, D, F, G, B flat, C, D, F, G, B flat. So that's like this. And I just ran up here. It's a real common pattern. here, but then I can see the patterns to play just those 5 notes all up and down the fretboard real fast. So G, B, flat, C, D on 5 here is easy to find. And then when you see lessons and people are showing you blues in G, then you know lots of notes that they're already going to be pulling from. Another common idea is these flat 5 notes or blues notes, and on my book those are shown with an asterisk. So the way that works in G, the 5 note is a D, so a flat 5 is a D flat. So if I come down here and I see where are my D flats, where's my blues note, okay, then I can, anywhere there's an asterisk, I can add that note in too. So if I play G, B flat, C, D flat, D, looks like this. Listen to that D flat. That's adding this D flat here. So flat 5s are real easy to find, and if someone shows me a lick that has a flat 5 in it, then I can automatically see all over the place where to find those flat 5 notes. And then lastly, the major pentatonic notes you want to add sometimes in blues music, and those are underlined in this on the blues pages. So G, A, B, D, E, G is my part of my G major pentatonic notes. I'm sorry, G, yeah, that's right, G, A, B, D, E, G. So then if someone's showing me like mixing minor pentatonic notes, which are the white boxes, with major pentatonic notes, the underlined notes, I can see exactly which notes I'm pulling from. Or if they add a flat 5 in a lick, I can see that. The cool thing about toolboxes is that there's a page for every single key, so you can see all those exact same ideas in every key, and that way when I'm taking lessons and I'm learning something from somebody, or I'm on watching Marty Schwartz on YouTube, I can flip to whatever key he's in, and then I can see all the major stuff, the minor stuff, and then the blues stuff all side by side. So I appreciate you taking a look and hope you found something useful, and subscribe if you want to get more of these videos. Thanks again.